What's up everybody, Brick Sanchez here, and it's been a while since I've made any updates or videos on YouTube. I've been very busy with making instructions for this model that you see right here, and also making some changes to it. Now the instructions are finally available, so you can check that out in the link below if you would be interested in building this model yourself. Now I will be taking you through all of the play features and all of the opening parts that we have here. I wasn't really planning on selling or making instructions for this model, but there were a lot of people who asked me about it, so that's why I decided to do it. But it took a very long time, which was very annoying. But either way, normally it's the other way around. I think you start off digitally and then you make it physical. But so yeah, I did it in reverse. But either way, now right here we have the finished model. Do keep in mind that this will look a bit different than the digital one. Either way, I'm going to take you through it. Now first, what I wanted to do is this set is kind of based on the big Hogwarts castle set, actually the micro scale, but the big set, the micro scale castle set, but then in minifigure scale. So I will be taking that part, the part with the Great Hall and the tower, and then kind of compare them side by side. So now you can see both of these side by side. As you can see, we have the Great Hall and tower portion of that Hogwarts castle set, and then you have my version next to it. Now, of course, my version of the Great Hall is a bit bigger, and the courtyard as well, as it needs to allow some figures to get in there and get through those walkways and stuff. Now the only thing that's kind of out of scale, I'm gonna go up just a little bit so you can see the dragon out there as well, is this staircase tower of mine. Now I initially wanted to try to make it a bit bigger, but then I really had to use that technique with the rounded 1x1s and stuff, and it would require a lot of bricks. So I decided to kind of stick with the original version, like the original set version, just a bit wider, as also the top part, the Dumbledore's office part, is a bit wider, but I know that the scale isn't really right, even though I still kind of like it. Now in the future I might decide to make it a bit bigger, but that would be a big of a hassle to change the entire layout as well, because this particular mock is based on the Hogwarts area which I have in my city, so it still has to fit on there. I would really love to make a huge Hogwarts, but it's just not possible. Maybe in the future, if I have like another room available or something. So yeah. But either way, as you can see, I took a lot of inspiration from this little or big micro scale set there. You can see the Dementors on the roof there, which I have out there as well. It's pretty hard to see right now. And then on the top you can also see the top of the tower. We got the 3 turrets. Now that's what I was talking about scale wise. You can see the top is the same. So yeah, that's kind of yeah, it's not really that accurate, but I don't really mind that. So the turrets, the 3 turrets, are also exactly the same scale. I had to really scale it up even more if I really wanted to have that exact scale, but either way. Then we have the dragon on there, and Harry flying away with the golden egg. So yeah, that was the comparison. Now I'm gonna take you through some more detailed views of the courtyard first, then we're gonna get to the Great Hall, and eventually we'll get to the staircase tower. Alright, so starting off with the courtyard here. As you can see, my model has a little light in there. Now it's not really perfect. I just put it in there for the last video I made with all of these lights together. Now that is a clock part that I've used from the clock tower, but I thought it would fit on here pretty well. Now another nice one would be the one from the clock tower from like 2004, I believe. So yeah, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna unplug that light, because it doesn't really give us any extras in here, and then I can move this piece around here. Alright, so now that this USB is unplugged here, I can take the entire courtyard and kind of spin it around and stuff. So I'm going to move this to the side as well. As you can see, we got the doors in there. Now one difference that I'm going to show you guys immediately with the digital model is, as you can see, I got 2 of these spikes out here, or these like little turrets in here, but I'm still missing 2 of them. Now that the model is finished, I'm going to make a big bricklink order, or it's not that big, but either way, a bricklink order to complete this model here. So I will still need some of these old school things. I think they were from the adventure sets. You also got them in yellow with those aqua zone sets and stuff, but I really like that. Is it a hexagon? No, it's like an octagon, this octagon shape here. So I will still be needing 2 more to kind of really get that cathedral look in the back there as well. And then another difference with the digital model as well is I've added in like 2 bricks with a hole in it, and then 2 bricks with like Technic pin sticking out of it, so that you can really click this in there. Now I'm not gonna do it with my model, because it's gonna be placed onto some rock work and stuff, and this bridge will be blocking this piece, this part of the castle, so I cannot slide it out, so I will always have to lift it up and then kind of remove it. Also with the lights, as you will see in my model as well, there are a lot of ugly wires in there, so I'm gonna have to probably hide them a bit better, which I'm gonna look out for how to do that. But either way, so it will be difficult. So it's for my model, it's not really handy to have them plug in to each other, but I believe for somebody who would put this on display, it would be easier to turn it and stuff. But yeah, either way, that was those were kind of the differences. Now let's talk about this the origin of this courtyard here. As you maybe saw it already in the micro scale version, normally this is closed and it's just like the same height as here, and then there is a bridge coming out of like this back part out of here. But I've used this these two little buildings here, which come in the last movie, I believe. And then I've saw this like documentary and reference material on how the castle, the Hogwarts castle, has changed throughout the years and stuff. And then they've added in this because in the final movie, this bridge was going to like an opposite side to a mountain on the opposite side of Hogwarts. And I saw that they really needed that because they wanted to make the movie scene where like Voldemort and all of his followers attacked. They wanted to make it like more epic, and it would be kind of boring to see them like, I don't know, crawling up the mountains or something. It was something like that. But either way, my model is gonna be a combination of all of those like castles layouts and stuff, because mine will have the original bridge leading to the viaduct entrance, but it will start over here. So I was thinking about it for a while to make this bridge go to like a mountain or something, but then it would require too much real estate. And then we get to this entrance part out here. As you can see, we got the clock in there as well, which is the same piece of the clock tower. And then behind it, it's pretty hard to see, so I'm going to turn it around. We have this this fence, type of fence out here. So this is like the gate, which they can lower if somebody's attacking, I think. But this one, unfortunately, cannot come down, because it would be very hard to have like the extra piece on top of here sticking out or whatever. So yeah, but either way, I did manage to squeeze in like a little feature in here. It is kind of visible from out of here. As you can look in there, you can see this like dude chilling out there. So this is what it does. So this feature, I really like that scene in the final battle as well, where they have like all of the statues of the knights and stuff coming out of the wall, and that perpetuum locomotive something spell that McGonagall does there. So I really wanted to check that out. So out here you can just press down on this, and then you have one of the knights ready to battle it out with Voldemort, with Voldy there. So then you can put him back. Now I was originally planning on making it on both sides. Now it was pretty difficult because the knights would hit each other, and again in my layout I would not be able to access that right side. So if there are any creative builders out there who are going to buy these instructions, you can always add that. I think you could probably make it work that they don't bump into each other. Maybe like, I'm not sure how, but either way, this is what it looks like right now. So we did have one kind of feature in this courtyard, which I was very happy with, because if you remember my last video, this front part was looking very smaller. It was a lot smaller. It represented more like the original set. But either way, then for the rest, we also have some classical Harry Potter elements, which I really always like to put into my mock and my builds and stuff, because I was a huge fan of the old school Harry Potter sets and stuff when I was a kid. I always looked out for those. So yeah, we got this little tan owl here, and I just had enough. I just had 4 of those to make up like the type of kind of gargoyle stuff out here, which you have. They are supposed to be dragons, but I thought that this would work pretty okay. From this side you don't really see them. They are a bit rounded, and with a bit of imagination you can kind of make up like a little dragon head out there. But yeah, either way, moving on. So for the rest, if you want to access like these hallways and stuff, now I've kept this pretty empty out here. So I hope if anyone buys these instructions, please show me what you're gonna make inside of here, because I know there are supposed to be like plants and stuff, maybe some benches and stuff, but that would just make the brick count go up a lot. So either way, and something else we can do out here is we can remove these roofs. So what you have to do with that is, you're gonna see that in the instructions, you can take off these two here like this, and then you can access in there, but it's not really I'm not sure what you would put in there, maybe some figures looking out of here. But either way, I kept that like that, so you can still take it off, because making this roof was a real huge pain in the ass. So that's why I really wanted to be able to take this off. I finally found a way to make it. I hope it will be possible for you guys to recreate it with the instructions. I tried my best to get the system in there. either way this won't. All right, like that. So yeah, that was kind of it for the courtyard. Now I did leave this open out here because I will have that that other building with like the opening in there, the other wing with that other little tower and stuff where I'm gonna put like Fluffy and some of the floors of those challenges to get to the Philosopher's Stone. So that's why this is open out here. In the back there is also an opening which will lead to that opening down there, which can also lead to the kitchens. And then on this side, for the people who are following me for a while, you might have seen that this leads to the staircase, the big staircase that leads to the boathouse. So, all right, guys, that was it for this little courtyard. So let's move on to the Great Hall there. Okay, now moving on with the Great Hall, I'm going to show you how this slides in here. I have to kind of aim this, and then you can put this together like that. So that's what it looks like. Let's open this up just for the fun of it. Either way, now moving on with the Great Hall. First thing you got here is this like circular building, which you might not have seen in any of my previous updates. I waited a long time to make this and I wasn't really sure about the scale. First off, I tried a 6x6 round like building, but it just looked a bit too small. Like this build is pretty fat from the reference material, pretty fat, and the roof was also pretty like non-steep. Like, I don't know how to say that, but either way, so that's why I went for this. Now somebody also said it looked a bit like Jabba's Palace, which I thought about myself, but I've tried some other ways with just some flat plates and some other plates and then using some cheese slopes and everything, but it just looked so ugly. So I think this is the best solution for it right now. And then I decided to put in like Filch's office in there. So let me lower the camera just a little bit like that, and then I will open this up. Now a difference you will also see is I ran out of these like 4x4 rounded brick type of things, so I've used some in tan, so I've used some gray ones in the back there. But I will have to order some more, as I said, with the Bricklink order. Also, this light bluish gray round 4x4 tile has to be replaced with a dark bluish gray, of course, so it matches the roof. And then I've used some of the stickers. I think these are the stickers from probably the Great Hall and the Clock Tower. Some of those I kind of mixed them up to put out here because it was looking very like blank before. So yeah, that's what I did for that. Either way, you can also see there's a little bit of something sticking out of here. Now I'm just gonna say that is like some magical masonry or something, but that was necessary for the hinges, or I had to make it like a bit bigger or higher to get the hinges in there properly and stuff. So that was a bit of a challenge, as most of these features. But either way, now we can open this up. So yeah, you have Harry out here. As you can see, we got some chains here as well. Somebody suggested that to me when I posted this on my Instagram. I asked for some suggestions for Filch's office. So we have some chains because he loves to torture students and stuff, even though it's not allowed anymore. Then we also have the lantern out here. In the digital design, it is also using a 1x2 clip, so this is nicely in the middle out here, because this is what I was talking about. You can see this hinge piece out here, and now we have the 4x4 rounded, which is perfectly the same, like flush against these other bricks here. But then out here for the hinge piece, I had to use a 3x3 round thing here, so that's a bit of a different angle on there. Either way, I think it looks pretty okay. And then on the other side, which is very hard to see right now, there's just a chair behind him, and I might put in like if I have the 10 ones, I might put in like a portrait or something in there. But as you can see, he's holding the Marauders map out here, and I believe that he's just looking at it the entire time, wondering what the hell it's supposed to be. But yeah, and then he also has this little ink pot out here with a feather, and then he also has this little candle thing here, which you get in a lot of the Harry Potter sets, but nothing special for the rest. Now Filch is missing from here because he's hanging up those wooden boxes with like the rules and stuff on there in the Great Hall, which you will see, or in the entrance hall. So he's not there for the moment, but Harry is there. So yeah, now let me put on this roof again. All right, moving on, I'm gonna open these doors first. So you can open both of these doors, so you get a nice view on the inside. Then you have the stairs here leading up to them. I changed this part. At first it was just the floor just came until here, but for when making this little front part out here, I made this elevation, and it was pretty ugly to see the stairs really going up, so you couldn't even see the doors and stuff. Somebody said they didn't like that, so I tried to change it a bit. So now you have you got a couple of small steps, and then you can see the doors. You can still see the doors from that like opening out here. And then behind those doors you have the stairs going up. Now I've used some of these like kind of arch pieces. These are all of those arch pieces. I think they are 5x4 or 5x6 or something. I'm not really sure, but either way, so that's changed. But it made me have to change like the Architect of Hogwarts statue. It used to have like a hinge piece so you can look underneath the kitchens, but it wasn't really that necessary. So either way, that's a bit of a change. Now you can see Filch right there hanging up those things. I'm not sure what they're called anymore. And then out there we have the smaller big doors leading up to the Great Hall in there. So, and then we have the Architect of Hogwarts on the left side. But I will be showing you that in detail on this left side here. So on the left side we have these lanterns here, which you probably saw in my other videos, which can just fold down like this and which allow us to open up this little folding wall out here. Now a little bit of mock trivia. So as you can see, initially at the very start of this mock, I did have like a little building out here. So even before the kitchens and everything, I did have a little building out here. So it did exist before that. And I quickly noticed that I could not open up this wall anymore. So that's why I decided to go for the folding door. And many months later, that seemed to be like a good choice, because that's what a lot of people really liked about this mock, which I want to thank you guys for all of the positive reactions and stuff, which primarily came from this folding door, I believe, and probably also the sliding floors. But either way, so that's kind of why I had to do it that way, because initially I was just gonna have it like that. But also it's a better choice as well, because if you have like the entire wall hanging out on those hinges, it's gonna be a lot of weight, which might even like kind of stress the bricks a little bit and stuff. Now what we also have out here is these rail guards out here are just the same height as the tiles underneath there, so it will always rest on something. Now I'm still missing a 4x4 rounded tile out here in black, which I also still have to order for it to rest on. So as you can see, we can open this up as well. Now I've seen a lot of people also use this technique and stuff, so that's very awesome. It's always nice to see some people taking inspiration from my builds and stuff, and like the support has been pretty overwhelming, so I want to thank you guys once again for all of that. It's been very nice, and it has kept me motivated to really make this mock as perfect as possible, according to my skills, of course. So yeah, let's continue. All right, so at the moment we have the regular first year feast out here. So we have 4 of the tables now. I always wanted to have 4 of the tables next to each other, but then once again I really had to scale it up a lot more to get that possible. So I think I'm already very happy with 4 of these in this configuration, even though there's not a lot of place for them. But as you can see, the Ravenclaw one is empty because I didn't find a Ravenclaw first year figure to put in there. So either way, we're just gonna ignore that. But yeah, as you can see, we'll start off from the right side out here. You can see Peeves coming out of the wall here. So I've used some headlight bricks to be able to put in the pants, or not the ghost pants, into the wall, and then on the other side I have the torso coming out of there. Now this is the original torso of Peeves. It has yellowed a little bit. It was mined from the I think the original, which one was it, the Snape's office or something, or the Snape's classroom. But it's kind of a shame that you cannot really see the torso from the underside, from this side. But yeah, it doesn't really matter that much. Now I do also have Nearly Headless Nick here on this little window piece. But in this scene, I'm not gonna put him because we already have him right here coming out of the plate and scaring the heck out of the trio here, the famous trio. So that's why I didn't want to put him in there. But he normally is able to go on here as well. So there you can see him floating away. Now I might change that up with like the Baron or something if I'm kind of make like a custom figure for him. But either way, so this floor, I will take it out later. I've added a few things in there. You can see the floating candles in here. We already have the floating candles on top there, but those are lit up with some lights, and you can see the strings. Now you are not able to see them from out here, but those are lit up, and I didn't really want to have any strings underneath here because I already think that they're pretty ugly. You can see them in the back there. But yeah, if you want to have lighting, you're always gonna have some cables somewhere, and especially with this kit, which is from the original Great Hall set, I really had to like Sudoku my way out of it and kind of figure out where I was gonna put them, because the length of the strings and stuff wasn't intended for this model. But either way, enough with that. Now we also have the chimney out there. Now that is a fixed chimney. As you can see, if I slide this out, every floor I will put in there will always have to make sure to keep in mind that there is a chimney out there. But then on the left side we have our fixed as well little teacher's table with the Dumbledore in the middle, and then you can only fit 2 teachers on each side, which is enough for me in my opinion. But I've seen a lot of awesome Great Halls which are very big, which can allow like, I don't know, like 10 teachers on there, which is very awesome. But yeah, this is like a little play set. Either way, now I'm gonna take out this floor here. Now you will also see the kitchen, but I will have a little bit of a more detailed look. Oh, I forgot to close the door, which is necessary for that. Now there is one little complaint that I have about my own mock, and that is with sliding these out of here. As you can see, there is one of these hinge pieces which is kind of in the way, but if you can kind of squeeze it right next to it. As you can see, just a little bit, it didn't really do that much to it. So, and then you can have a little look at it. Now here we also have my build for the house cup, like what is it, like these glass tubes which fill up with the points and stuff. So I use this technique. I will probably post a little tutorial on Instagram on how to build this, but like a lot of you guys will probably just see how you have to build it from just looking at this way. So as you can see, we have the candles on this little platform here. And then for the rest, we have a regular feast out here. Now I did put some mom spaghetti out there. I'm not sure if they're ever gonna serve spaghetti and meatballs in in Hogwarts. Maybe if they get like an Italian house elf or something. So maybe Mario, like a house elf. But either way, for the rest we got some chicken, because I really also wanted to recreate that scene with Ron eating 2 drumsticks at the same time. Yeah, for the rest we also have a croissant here, and then some like a package here, and like the newspaper, which in my imagination are just being brought by the post owls and stuff. But yeah, that was it for this floor. Now let's still take a look in here, because I did squeeze in another feature out here while digitalizing this mock. So so I'll tell you the differences as well between the digital model. In the digital model, this is completely plated up out here as well, so you have a nice continuing curve, not like this ugly type of thing. I just put it in here for the support out there. But yeah, then again, out here what we can do is we can fold down this table like this, and then we also have this little hinged thing out here, so you can just look underneath this little fireplace underneath there, because there is a bit of detail underneath there. You might see that when you are building it yourself, which is eventually not really visible. Now something else I did in the design is I've used some other type of arches out here, because now this is like a kind of fence piece, so you can still have a bit more of a view underneath there. I'm gonna try to get the camera in there. All right, so right now you can see there's a big fire underneath there. We have some logs and stuff. I've shown you this in the other video, but so yeah, that's a bit of a detail. Now I'm gonna go in here. Now you can look a little bit inside of there. It's still pretty hard to see, but either way, I thought it would be a bit better just for some access and stuff. Now I've put in a light brick in there because it used to have it on the regular plate, so I had to make it on that hinged piece. But if you're gonna build this yourself, you can just lift it up and look underneath there without any ugly cables. Alright, and then we're getting to the kitchen part. Now I did show this in my previous video. I did make some changes to the digital design, of course. As you can see out here, we have a bit of a weird transition between the tan and the dark gray and stuff. I've kind of cleaned that up. Now we also have like one of these arches going over this oven here, which looked a lot better in the digital design. So I might one day break this off and completely make it as the digital design is. But yeah, then again, I had to do it this way just to get like the lights. You can see that little white 1x4 light brick in there. So yeah, that's also kind of limiting, it's kind of limiting me in some ways and stuff. But as you can see, we have some of the tables. Every table has a different type of food. We got some salads, we got some desserts, we got some baking stuff out there as well. Then we have some of the fish and meats, and on the left side we have some tea and soup and stuff. We also have a big soup in the middle there. And then out here we have the water supply and the supply of vegetables and stuff. And then out there, as you can see, there's like a little door, which is the secret entrance to the kitchen. But yeah, now what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna slide in the other floor that we have here. All right, now I'm gonna slide this in. Now you will see that this little building will move just a little bit. Okay, we just lost Ron there, no problem. Now, as you can see, it's still pretty okay. So yeah, that went pretty fine. So yeah, and then the feature for this is that we can unfold this hinge kind of, or lever out here, or whatever it's called, and then you can just turn it around like that. And then they will all start dancing like that, so pretty cool. So yeah, that's the big feature here. So yeah, that was it for the Yule Ball floor. Okay, and then on the roof we have this little feature here with the Dementors. You can spin them like this, or you can spin them like this out here. Let's see how fast we can make these guys dizzy. So yeah, it's not really that fast. All right, like that. And then you can also lift off the roof just for some access. And then in there I have a little Easter egg. Now you can also see those very ugly cables coming from all of those candles, which all have 2 cables coming out of that, so that's a really big mess. And then out there we have a little Easter egg, we have a little treasure chest with some gold in there. So yeah, just put it in there because there's a light brick underneath there. But yeah, alright, let's turn this around. Alright, now you can see the backside out here. We have a little bit more of a rock work. I intended to do that so we could have like the oven and stuff sticking or being in there. Out here as well we got like the furnace or the big fireplace. Now out here you can see some cables sticking out and stuff, and my version is quite square, but I kind of took the time for the digital design to make this rock work a bit cleaner. Same for this side. Out here it's pretty okay. I'm gonna probably keep it this way, but the digital design is just looking a lot better. I also kept the windows in this side here, which I will probably replace on here as well, because it just looks a bit distorted. But as I said, this is not visible in my layout, so there's no real reason to change these. But either way, now let's move on to these small buildings. Alright, now we have this little side building, which the roof can come off out here. So yeah, like this. Then behind there, as you can see, I've put in a little blue, yellow, green and red trans clear or trans plates in there. Now these representing the houses. I actually did this because I had an extra light brick, which is right here. It's in 10, and I didn't really know where to put it, so I thought about putting like some trans clear or some trans colored bricks or plates underneath there, so it would light up, and I kind of like the result. I kept it in the digital design as well, even though it does not have a light brick in there. But either way, this little building also has to come out because the tower, this is where the tower will be against, and in my display it will open up like this, so I will be able to see it. I will be able to see it from the right side. So that's why this is kind of loose on here, and this can clip on here. So let me take this off. As you can see, this is, I cannot have any studs out here because elsewise I cannot open that like hinge thing. It has to support on these little tiles here. So it's just using some plates to keep it in place there. And this owl just fell off. But either way, in here we also have a little scene with Goyle and Krabby or Crab in there, with the flying like muffins or cupcakes, which is a very funny scene. But either way, underneath there we have the entrance to the kitchens and stuff, and then on the left side we have the entrance to go to the courtyard. So yeah, that's that. Now that was it for the Great Hall. Now let's move on to the building that is right next to it here. So now we're getting to the final building, which is the staircase tower here. I'm gonna pan up so you can see we got 7 floors, including Dumbledore's office here. And on top you can see the Hungarian horntail and Harry there flying. So yeah, let's check out the first floor. So these first 2 floors have 2 openings here, which will connect to this little side building as well. Now you can also see on this side we have some plates sticking out of here. This is because I will be replacing these 3 and the bottom one as well with some of these which I've ordered now. It's just because the rest of my castle will connect to this, so we're gonna have a wing going this way and a wing going that way. The wing that's going that way will have the Forbidden Corridor and Fluffy and all of that stuff and some of the challenges in it, so that's one of my next projects. But either way, you can decide if I make any further extensions to the castle. You could also just swap these out using some 6x6 plates in here instead of the 6x6 rounded ones. But either way, let's open this up now. I have to start from the top here, opening Dumbledore's office, and then we can open up this as well to look inside here. Now you also have the stairs, which you can open like this, but I'm gonna keep them closed now to show you guys the interior. So yeah, looking in the first floor, there's not really much to see except for this little staircase I put in there. I didn't have any room, or there is not really any accessibility in there. I also only have this plate here, which should be is different in the digital design. It has some cleaner plates going on here. So yeah, the first floor doesn't really have anything. It's just like a walkway to get into the tower like this. So let's start off with the first floor here. I'm gonna try to lower my camera a little bit. Alright, so on the first floor or the second floor, depending on from where you start counting, I will call this the first floor. You can see this hallway scene here with a now white Mrs. Norris. It's supposed to be a gray cat, but I couldn't find any. And then you have the water on the floor, the spiders that are crawling away, and then of course we have this little message here: the Chamber of Secrets has been opened, enemies of the hair beware. Now I took this from the what is it, 71043 Hogwarts Castle set, and it had that little sticker, and when I was building that set I really wanted to get another sticker sheet to put it in inside my castle, and I think the scale is pretty good in there. It's normally a lot bigger in the movies, but yeah, this is what we had to work with. And then you have a startled Harry and a startled and scared Ron here because he's afraid of those spiders. Now you can see them going out of the window. This out here is also a tile which has been used in the old school, I believe 2002 set, where they meet like the big spider in the forest. You have some of those tiles, so that's a pretty old school one. Not sure why it's in sand green, but either way, I have some spiders on the back as well. So out here you can see them leaving the windows out here as well, which I think is pretty cool. Now you can also put one out here. I think it fell off actually, but either way, let's move on with the second floor now. Alright, so on the second floor we have the trophy room here. As you can see, Ron there is kind of annoyed that he has to clean up all of these trophies. This is actually a punishment that he got for driving the flying Ford to school and stuff. Now this cabinet in the digital design is also fixed up a bit. I was missing the pieces for that, but as you can see, there are some trophies in there. This is like a Quidditch trophy and stuff, some other random stuff. And this is the scene where he actually has to where he's cleaning the trophy that belonged to Tom Riddle, and he had that curse on him, the Eat Slugs curse, so he was constantly throwing up over it, so he had to clean it again and again. That's how he got to know that name very well. But as you can see, he's not looking very happy out here, probably because he's having to throw up slugs and stuff. But yeah, that was it, just a small little trophy room. Now, as I said, this will be replaced with openings, so this will always be hallways connected to this tower here. But yeah, let's move on to the third floor. Alright, so out here we have the third floor, and this will also be linked up with that building, and it will have the Forbidden Corridor, which is on the third floor. That's why I started counting from the first floor up like that. So yeah, what we have in here is the One-Eyed Witch statue, and then we have some of these like torches from Hogwarts. Now, something I noticed when I was looking up the One-Eyed Witch stuff and everything was that it's the statue with the secret entrance tunnel to Honeydukes, but it also appeared in the first movie when Filch is entering the Forbidden Corridor, when they're hiding there, Harry, Ron and Hermione, or in the books Neville as well. And it had that statue out there, so I thought it would be pretty fitting to put it in here. Now this will lead to that Forbidden Corridor, but now I've used this one. And I also used this figure from the third movie. It's actually from the set called Marauder's Map, and it's from 2004, and it has the statue and also this old school Marauder's Map, and then this Harry out here. So I thought it would be pretty fitting. Now I really wanted to do a secret like a secret entrance underneath it, but it's very hard to do that because there's not a lot of room in here. It's just like 6 studs or 6 bricks high. But either way, I thought that would be pretty funny to use that one. Now this One-Eyed Witch statue, I'm gonna get it out real quick, is a little bit modified. As you can see, it's on a kind of pedestal, and then I've also gave it this like this thing on its back because it's supposed to have like a big hunchback on its back, and then it also has this little sword hanging like that, and then it has a little staff. And I've used, actually this is a piece that that comes with the train tracks. It connects like a bundle of train tracks together, so I thought that was very fitting, and it clips right into a minifig's hand. So yeah, let me put that back. And then this torch is also a pretty simple design. But yeah, there wasn't a lot of space to work with in here, and I also had to keep these future openings open for the hallways and stuff. So yeah, now I just still might put some portraits in here or something like that. As you can see, this door, this can open up like that now. But yeah, let's move on to the fourth floor then. Alright, and on the fourth floor, I was really lacking some inspiration for this floor. I really didn't know what to put in there, so I just put this little cabinet in there and a little portrait as well. And this has some books and stuff, like Hermione's checking this out, but I really want to make something nice in there. I just really don't know what. I was really, I had some creative block or whatever. So yeah, it's just like this, but I did make the cabinet a bit rounded so you can look through the window. I think it's still pretty okay. And then of course we also have the staircase going on here. Might put something small in there, but I really don't know what. So yeah, now let's move on. Alright, now we're getting to the 5th floor, and this was something that I really wanted to do for a long time already, and I finally got to it a couple of days ago, or a week ago or something. And like, this is the statue, the type of phoenix statue where McGonagall takes Harry to Dumbledore's office, and I really like that. I really wanted to make some type of stair which could lift up or something, and then like turn the figure around just to get him up to that thing. But now we got the next best thing, was this out here. So the only difference we got in the digital design is that this statue is in gold. Let me remove Harry quickly. So as you can see right now, it's in a light bluish gray. Now the design is a bit different. Just this part actually is just a plate in the digital design, but it is in gold and it looks a lot better. Also the snout here, or the beak, is a bit different, but I think this will still look pretty okay. But yeah, we have McGonagall here, we have a little treasure chest, and then another portrait out there. But so this works like this. I can just turn him around, and then the staircase will move with this statue, which is still pretty cool in my opinion. And like that, you can have Harry going on the other side, coming up there. So I thought that this was the next best thing to represent that. Now I might still make some kind of prototype which can really lift up the person itself and stuff, but for now this is looking pretty cool. So yeah, let's take the stairs and go to Dumbledore's office here. Alright, now for Dumbledore's office, I just wanted to show you guys how this opens up, because it's a pretty satisfying shot here. So this opens up like this and like this. So yeah, then we get to Dumbledore's office in here. Now I did show this already quite detailed in the last video, I think, but either way we're gonna go through it once again. So in the middle here you have Dumbledore's desk. This is the same one that came in, I think, the Clock Tower set, or the Whomping Willow set, I'm not sure anymore. And then something new is this like a skull candle in here, which I always thought was pretty cool. It was like a skull with some with like a spine or something, very creepy actually. But yeah, and then in the back on the left side we have the Sorting Hat, and on the right side we have the Phoenix. But as you can see, like the stickers that I've used are also from that set with Dumbledore's office, and you can see like the Sorting Hat, and on this side you can also see the Phoenix just a little bit. But in this scene I just imagine it to be like the shadows casting on the wall. So yeah, and then let me get the camera a little bit lower. Right above Dumbledore there you can see the Sword of Gryffindor. That's a very nice nice sword that came in the new CMF series. And then we also have a shout out to his old Dumbledore's office with like that gold chrome key in there. Then we had some other elements from that same from that set, which had the stickers and this desk, which are these cabinets, which connect if you close this up. It's pretty hard to see right now. But yeah, then we got some other stuff. We got that little crystal in the back there. Then we also have like a gold ingot there. This little golden statue as well. So yeah, that's it for the middle part. We have a candle behind him and some other random stuff. So yeah. Alright, and then I put this candle back here. It just fell off. It's supposed to go on that ring there. I thought that looked pretty cool, like candle design and stuff. But yeah, let's move on to the left side. So we got those cabinets out there. Then we got some of these machines and a little compass in there as well. Now this is in the description of Harry Potter, in the books, where he says that the Dumbledore's office has some mechanical stuff going on, is emitting some puffs of smoke and stuff. I kind of updated that smoke thing in there. But yeah, that's why I really wanted to have this compass as well. I like the way that it moved if you open this up. So yeah, then on the right side, we have the pensieve here. We have some like a portrait out there as well. Then we have this old school cabinet from the old 2002 set as well, and some potions and stuff, some special things on there. Then we also have this style out here, which was necessary to have it close like that. As you can see, to have it close like that, because of this arch there, we needed it to be like this, just like a flat tile. So yeah, that's it. Now let's go to the attic area. And then in the attic here we have some references also to the older sets. We got these two vaults in here, which came in a few of those Harry Potter sets from the first and second wave. We have that little money pouch. Then we have a stack of letters and coins, and another pouch of coins, and an eye from the elf sets. And then on the right side we also have this one from the old school set, which is this spinning disc here with the magical stuff on it. And then of course we have the Mirror of Erised set there, which I decided to put Dumbledore in there, who's receiving his socks, because the happiest man in the world would only need a new pair of socks. So yeah, I imagine Dumbledore to be a very wholesome and happy man. But either way, I'm gonna have another Mirror of Erised set in a scene with Cruella and stuff where you can see Harry, and then I have another mirror. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put that. But anyway, that was it for the attic area. Now let's move on to the rest of this, the exterior of this roof here. Alright, then on the roof here, you can see we can close this one up here. Then I can show you like this. We have the turrets on the left side here. We have Harry on the right side. And then behind him, one of my favorite scenes, the Hungarian Horntail, which is chasing him and the golden egg. And this is a pretty easy modification. As you can see, I can just take him off like this. Then he has this thing. You can also remove that if you want, or remove this. So it usually has this reverse style in there. You can just replace it with this. And then you can just clip him on here. But I've tried using magnets at first, but it just wasn't strong enough. So that's why I had to go for this. Now I might check out if we got another option, but I think it looks pretty okay. You can really clamp on onto the roof and stuff. And then the last thing I've added is this little peak on top here with like this these 4 things for like the east, west, north and south like directions and stuff. So yeah, but yeah guys, that was it. This was the full tour of my Great Hall MOC. I hope you all enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want, and you can always check out these instructions for yourself. I'm gonna have a link to it in the description below, so it's available on rebrickable.com. I will also have some lightkits links in there as well if you're interested in that as well. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.